Hi everyone, Tom here again for another dry January update. I think we're looking at now day 11 now. So yeah, still going strong, no problems so far, no slip-ups, and that's being honest to myself that I haven't had a slip up. So a little bit of a different video today. Sorry, my webcam thing's popping up there. A little bit of a different one today. Instead of me talking and rambling on about something that possibly isn't related to dry January, I thought I'd sit down this evening and look about some of the metrics that I might be sort of quantities that I'm saving from giving up alcohol essentially for the month. So I've done a little bit of calculations in this spreadsheet here, and we're going to first of all just start off talking about the calories saved that I think that I consume in an average week. I mean, okay, sometimes this might be a bit high, sometimes it might be a bit low, but generally I'd say a baseline of a kind of a week. And I think you need to be sort of honest to yourself to count everything to make it realistic. I think it's quite easy to go, oh yeah, I only have a beer at the weekends. Well, when you say a beer, is it 2 beers? Is it 10 beers? So yeah, so let's head over to the sheet number 1 right here, and I've already sort of pre-populated a few things. So column A, through 2 till 4, we've got the type of drink that I generally drink is either wine, mainly white, but sometimes red. Lager is usually always Peroni. I tend not to drink any other lager unless it's Italian or sometimes German. And rum is probably one of my biggest downfalls, but again, that's actually one of the lowest amounts of calories in rum. But I drink more in the quantities. Anyway, so we look at these 3 types of drinks. I probably don't drink a lot outside of those. Very rare I'd have anything else like vodka or Red Bull or anything. I don't really drink that, and to be honest, I don't go out sort of clubbing a lot, so I don't have a lot of the really sugary, well, it's all got sugar in, but like a lot of the what are they called, Alco Pop type things. I don't really drink those. So wine, I've looking at the unit of measure here. I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm not going to measure per glass. I'm going to say per bottle. Not that I drink a whole bottle at once, but on a weekend generally I would. If I'm sitting, on the sofa or whatever, I might drink some wine or with some friends. Or if I go out, then definitely with a meal I could easily go through a bottle of wine, and probably definitely not necessarily always in one sitting, but most sittings. We're talking about pints for ease of calculation in the lager. Generally, I actually drink the bottles. I prefer bottled beer usually. And usually it'd be sort of 2 of those 330ml bottles at once, which equates to 660ml, which is actually over a pint. But I've upped the actual quantities to sort of compensate. And then rum, I'm guessing, I usually drink doubles. If I'm at home, I'm probably pouring more than a double. And that would actually, I've put this here as rum with Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi or Coke Zero or whatever. I wouldn't drink it with full fat. So per week, in terms of the measure, I probably drink about 3 bottles of wine, probably 2 over the weekends, taking into account a sort of Sunday dinner. Always have like a family Sunday dinner, and then as easily, I'll drink half a bottle there maybe. Definitely another bottle throughout the week, just meals and that if I'm working away. So yeah, 3, I'll round about that amount. 8 Peronis, 8 pints, I'd say isn't unreasonable. Each night in the week I probably have a beer, and then at the weekend, a couple. Or I might not drink any beer in the week, but have 4 pints on a Friday and Saturday night. And rum and Bacardi, again, probably 10 doubles. Say I had a double each night, and then a few at the weekend. Maybe that's slightly over-exaggerated, actually. Maybe more like 8 doubles. We'll say 10 whilst we're at it. And so now I've looked at what the calories are roughly per measure. So per measure here, I've looked at what the calorie count is. And, okay, don't comment to say, oh, that's not entirely accurate. I've done a generic search, and roughly, we're talking roughly here. I'm not trying to calculate the exact macros of everything and drill right down, but just an accurate kind of figure. So we got 600 calories a bottle of wine, 800, 240 calories per pint, and 140 per double unit of Bacardi with some diet mixer. So these again are sort of estimates. So yeah, let's now just look here at the total calories. So we're talking now on a week, you know, so we're looking at weekly calorie count here, and I'll just unhide these two rows right here. So total calories in a week consumed, we're looking at 5,000 calories, and in honesty, I just didn't do the math here, and I'm quite sensible with what I eat. I don't eat a lot of fast food, I don't eat a lot of sweets, crisps, or anything like that. In fact, I don't eat sweets at all. Occasional chocolate bar, so I'm quite good with my diet, but I never considered actually how many calories were in the alcohol. I mean, I knew it, I'm not stupid. Well, some might say I am for drinking this much, but I knew the amount I knew that it was calorific, but I didn't know it was this calorific. So total weekly estimate circa 5k calories, which in male calorie count intake I think is circa 2,500 a day. So you've essentially got 2 extra days of calorie intake from just alcohol a week. So even if I exercise 2 additional days a week, still even struggling going to sort of, you know, even that out. When we look at that on a month, 20,000 calories, which is just over 8 days equivalent a month that I'm using up my calorie intake. And these are all crap calories, if I'm honest. You know, they're not good calories. They're not sort of calories that is used for bulking at the gym kind of thing. They're just rubbish, you know, rubbish calories. So that was really interesting. And generally, you know, here it's a bit, some people have used the dry January alcohol calculator to work out how much things cost. Generally, you know, wine and stuff, I'd probably buy a bottle at home. I wouldn't usually go out each week and buy a bottle in a restaurant, but if I did, let's just look at the sort of cost if I was doing this going out every night. So let's just unhide these columns. So cost per measure, wine, £15. Bottle, you know, average kind of cost. Lager, £4 a pint, and rum double, £7. Multiply all these up, and I won't talk through them now, but essentially that will be a weekly figure of nearly £150 and a monthly figure of £590, which is actually quite astonishing. You know, my car finance doesn't cost that amount of money, not near that amount of money. And I realised I'm not actually spending this amount of money because, you know, essentially I might buy 2 of the bottles of wine. You know, someone else will have bought another bottle and they'll probably be only £5 a bottle. But I'm just saying, if I was going out every night and eating in a pub or restaurant, these are the kind of costs we'd be looking at. I would probably say we're looking at a lot less of that in reality, because I only probably go out once a month. You know, I buy a bottle of Bacardi and that lasts me ages. A litre bottle, you know, it's only like 18, 19 quid. So, you know, these are kind of just, let's say, fake figures. But however, even if I'm spending £100 a month on alcohol, that's still £100 a month more that I could save. And something that sort of I'm looking at the moment, I'm, you know, still fairly young. And I need to sort of look at, you know, more important priorities in life now, and this has really opened my eyes to that. You know, getting on like the housing ladder and the market, I'm not on there at the moment. You know, other savings, and I've really decided to go through the full budgetary analysis of what I'm spending every month, and actually Dry January has prompted that. You know, I don't want to sound like someone that goes on and say, oh wow, it's amazing that I've stopped drinking for a few days and it's opened my eyes to these things, but when you're not, you know, each night, when you're not sitting there feeling a little bit sort of, not drunk, but I don't know, the state you're in when you're sort of half cut, so to speak. You know, when you're actually got a clear mind and you're thinking every night, or at the weekend, you know, by Saturday and Friday night, I sat down and I sort of had a clear head and I sort of just span up an Excel sheet and did a whole analysis of my sort of income versus outcome and expenditures, and it gave me a bit of an eye-opener. Anyway, I won't talk too much onto that because I want to do some other vlogs on those topics. But yeah, just, you know, if you think, oh, I'm a little bit like this guy here, I drink this much, or I think, oh no, maybe not that much, still, I think a lot of young people of my age are probably going to have similar intakes of this, maybe not. so much, maybe more. You know, a lot of youngsters probably go out of the week binging more. I don't. You know, I don't go out and binge drink to excess at the weekends. Although looking at the metrics here, you could say 10 double Bacardis is drinking to excess, but we'll actually do it over 3 nights. It's probably not as much as it seems. And I think I've gone a little overboard there. I think that is rare, actually, if I drank 10 Bacardis. I don't want to make myself out to sound that, you know, I drink a lot more than I do, but probably let's half that even. Let's say it was 5, you know. Put 5 in there. Still, it hasn't made a massive amount of the calorie difference, about 800-ish calories a week difference. Yeah, so it is interesting, and I hope you've kind of maybe opened your eyes a little bit after watching this video. Anyway, please do comment, like, dislike, or subscribe for some more videos, and I'll make sure I get another vlog on the way tomorrow. Tomorrow I haven't got a topic yet for that, but I'd like to maybe do something a little more analytical again. Anyway, all the best for tomorrow, guys, and I hope you are all doing really well. Speak soon.